Hello everyone, welcome back to No Man's Sky Synthesis. We're playing normal mode today. Today we are getting farming supplies for our new big farm. And we're also going to pick up some gases for making stasis devices. I have made 3 or 4 stasis devices. And I have emptied out my cargo. So I have space in cargo and space in my main. Because there's a lot of stuff here. Now, I will show you the portal address when we go back through. Right now, I'm struggling to get these bases to render, so I decided to just go ahead and get them to render, and then bring you here, and then afterwards I will show you the portal address. Let's see here. So we're going to pick up gases and plants. The plants we're going to use for our own farm to plant with, and the gases we're going to store away for making different parts of the stasis devices. I don't know whose farm this is because the beacon's in the way. Let's see if this is the right one. Yep, that's it. That's Sword's base. Golden Gek, Christie's Beach, Zane, Sword, and a few others have built bases with plants and gases. And the reason why I didn't land right away is because it's really big. And we want to try to... There we go. Make sure that we land on a landing pad and we don't get thrown down to the ground. There we go. All right. You can see all of the lines going off. Some power over there. There's a predator under my feet. There's some gases over there. I think this one has paraffinium. And here we go. We have nitrogen, which we're going to put in the back. And we have paraffinium, which we're going to put in the back. And then we are going to run through. Oh boy. Oh, that's how he did it differently. That's cool. I like that. Okay, run through, holding down the harvest all button. I don't think we can hold all of this. This is backwards. We don't have this many domes, I don't think. When I get out of here, I'll count these, because I don't think I built this many. I might have. Oh, God bless the harvest all button. It's so much better now. Alright, here we go. Up. Let's make sure. Yep, we're okay. Now the first set of plants that I picked up were plants for circuit boards, and this set is plants for living glass. So the basic way we're going to do this is we're going to set up the farm first, and then I'm going to show you how to make stasis devices, and that's not all going to be today, because setting up the farm and getting all these plants is probably a full episode. Getting all these plants is definitely a full episode. It's taken me almost 20 minutes just to get the bases to render. This way. Now, before these harvest all button things, we would be looking at a really long harvest. Like, this would take a super long amount of time. I have no idea how to get out of here. Let's go back towards the gamma weed. That should have ended right there. I see my ship. Aha! Alright, there's my ship. Okay. Now then, I think we're okay. That's a lot of plants. It looks like we might need more selenium though. Launch. Here we go. Alright, now that was a lush planet. We also need a cold planet and a hot planet. It's really hard to see whose base is whose. That's the one we want to go to. The reason why I'm going to swords bases in particular is because I watch them being built, and I know how they work. If I had more time, I would go to other people's bases. Oh, we've got a trader. What does he want? Oh, he wants to sell us stuff. We don't want to have anything to sell him. How much does he want for stasis devices? Not enough. Thanks, dude. Nice talking to you. Have a nice day. That's part of the new update. Once again, we're not going to fly straight into this base and just land. We're going to go off to one side here. And see how the trees are rendering? Let that happen. Take the time and let that happen. Save yourself the grief of trying to hit this landing pad and ending up on the ground. Because sword builds really high off the ground. It's not easy. Alright. I think we have enough plants for our farm. So I'm just going to pick up the gases and supplies now. And here is dioxide. We'll put that in the back. Oops, it's a refiner. These farms are designed for you to actually make the stasis devices here. So keep that in mind. What's going on with that? That one's empty. There we go. We need that. Gotta make it work. So now we have nitrogen, paraffinium dioxide, oxygen for making condensed carbon, and radon. We still need sulfurine. So let's find the ship. Find the ship. And let's go get some sulfurine. You can, right now, we're waiting on experimental for some of the, for the big list of bug fixes and stuff like that. But you can, we need to go this way for a minute. You can start working on getting your living ship right away. I've gotten several communications. There we go. My first attempt to make this video, I was communicated to by a jellyfish and by the actual, let's see, by the actual living ship. So I had that first communication. I've been stopped several times by traders trying to sell me stuff. I've spilt my coffee. Still not going to the right place, I don't think. That's Sea Hunt. I want to go to Swords Base. Let me do it. No? No, you won't let me? So I'm going to have to fight hostiles? Oh my god. Good grief. Seems like it should be far enough apart. Yeah. There we go. This might not be the right base. We'll have to see. I don't even see a base. There it is. See what I mean by, people who know the conversation that I tried to start yesterday and failed to. Beacons absolutely block base computers. Even when they're, 5 minutes away. Oh, it looks like the weather is quite lovely today on the hot planet. Alrighty. Let's pick up this stuff. Let's grab some phosphorus. And some more oxygen. That's probably a lifetime supply of condensed carbon right there. And the sulfurine. Woohoo! Alright, so now we have all of the stuff that we need to actually make stasis devices. And right now I could stand right here and make, a dozen stasis devices. But what I want to do is I want to plant my own circuit boards in living glass, because I know that this is going to last a long, long, long time. And to the tune of something like 45 stasis devices, and possibly as many as 96. I don't remember. But well more than we could ever use. Right now, I have 133 million units. I've got 4 stasis devices that I made just from my own supplies at home. And that's another 62 million. And to be honest, I don't need to be rich. Hello, bird. Bird just skittered across the landing pad. Let's go home. We'll go home and we'll look at the farm that I built. And we'll look at the portal address for this place. There it is. Remember, when you come here, you may have trouble getting things to render. There are bases here in permadeath, survival on PC, normal mode on PC, and on PS4. I don't know about permadeath PS4 yet. Don't know, I have to ask. And I believe there's bases here on Xbox. There's another trader. He just wants to sell us stuff. He's not carrying a very high quantity of things. Have a nice day. It's a space update. And we'll come back and look at these other farms on future episodes and see how they work. I've been to Christie's Beach's farm on the Lush planet on permadeath. Go. And that was really trippy. Her farms, her builds are very cool. They're glitched builds, and it takes a lot of hard work and concentration to glitch building parts to each other. I do just the tiniest amount of glitch building, just ridiculously primary school kind of glitch building. I could put flooring up to my landing pads. That's basically it. I spend a lot more time in gameplay than I do in building and doing things like that. So Christy put this here, portal entrance. So my response was this: "Are you sure this is the entrance, Christy?" Alright. I will go to the other side here and I'll quickly redial the portal address so you can see it on the screen. And in the description below, I'll put the... hello. What are you doing over here? That was an odd choice. I'll put the... it's on the other side. I'll put the hex code in the directions. Apparently I didn't bring a ship with me. Oh, it's over there. It's off planet. Here we go. Now, the address is boat, sun, pie, bird, sun, sun, parachute, parachute, moon, teepee, face, and Y. And hopefully that was on screen long enough for you to pause it. See the address. Alright. I'm going to leave that lit and call my ship. I don't know why it went to the other planet. Goofball. We're going to go up to the anomaly to go home, because I don't want to waste material on the biofuel reactor. There we go. I really like this, that you don't have to fly all the way to a space station to use a teleporter. Being able to call the anomaly to your position is so much faster. Alrighty. We have Nexus missions waiting for us. We have directions to start the living ship mission. It's a really long mission, 6 or 7 days, to get all of the parts. And that's pretty cool. Oh, my scientist wants to talk to me. Okay. There we go. Yarashan. I haven't put in a site-to-site teleporter yet, but I do need to do that. I don't think I have. I might have the technology. I don't know. Here we are. Our green sky, blue bubble grass planet. Okay, now let's see. I don't know quite which one of those has. Oh, that's out of range. Has my stuff in it. Leftover stuff. Here's the stuff right here. So, what was that, like 3 or 4 maybe? That's the extra stuff. There we go. This is all the stuff that I took out of my cargo in order to be able to have space. And all that needs to be put back in cargo. And there's more stuff beyond that, but I just wanted to get the building materials. You see, my ship went to my landing pad. I need a site-to-site teleporter. Up we go. Alrighty, here's the landing pad with the glitched in walkway. And here's the base. So yeah, I've got 40 domes, I think. 5, 20, 40, yeah. And I put in an extra hallway right here for expanding the base. Power is over there, just in front of that crashed freighter. And hopefully I have enough power. Okay, let's see what time it is. So in order to plant these, when you go in, this might be, we'll see how this goes. You need to remove the hallways from where you're at. In fact, I'm not going to risk it with that one until I'm off video. So you come inside the dome, and you go in, and you remove the hallways. There we go. So that we have access to all the planting things. And what I'm going to put in here is, I'm just going to put down a circuit board so you can see how it's done. So we need, we'll start right here. We need 2 frost crystals, 4 selenium, 2, 3, 4. We need 8 star bramble, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and we need 1 cactus flesh. That is not cactus flesh. And 1 cactus flesh. And what I'm going to do is, with the remaining space that I have, I'm going to put in frost crystal. Just an extra frost crystal. Okay? And then after you do that, you go in and you replace the hallways. Hopefully I'm going in the right direction here. Yeah. And I learned this from Sword, from watching Sword do it on stream. Okay? So that way you have access to all of the plant spots. We'll just go in here, just for an example, and we'll remove that hallway and that hallway, and oops, we'll go back in here, and for a living glass you need 4 frost crystal. Hope I get this right. I can't remember if it's 2 copperite or can't off the top of my head, I can't remember right now. And then gamma weed. There we go. And in all of my, this is living glass, and all of my living glass domes, I'm going to put in an extra gamma weed. And then we will put the hallways back in. And make sure we got the right place. And replace the hallways. Here we go. Now the setup for this takes a long time. It takes a long time to build this, and this isn't completely built. I still need to find the gas and mineral hotspots and build all of that stuff. Now, to be honest with you, I've never built gas and mineral hotspots before, so I have to work on that. And it's not difficult. It's just a matter of getting everything in range. The tubes can't be more than 200 units long, so you have to make connection towers in order to get them to your base. And so you put all of the extractors at the site, and then the supply depot you put on your base, and that makes it simple. And I need to sneeze. And you also need large refiners so that you can refine the carbon. So let's see if I even have the materials on me. I didn't get everything out, so probably not. Oh, I can do that one. I can do 2, that's fantastic. I'll put another one at that end. Doesn't look like it's sitting on the ground. Here we go. So the reason why you need large refiners is because you need to be able to make condensed carbon. I have plenty, but that's what all the oxygen is for. So let's see if I have more than one stack. I do. So we'll put oxygen in, and we'll let that run for a little minute. And in the meantime, we'll come in here, because we're right next to our ship, and we'll look at the stasis device. For that, you need a quantum processor, a cryogenic chamber, and iridescite. So we'll just start right here. For a quantum processor, you need a circuit board and a superconductor. So let's make a circuit board. There's a circuit board. Then we need a superconductor, which is made of semiconductor and enriched carbon. And we still need to make thermocondensate and nitrogen salt. Yep, that's right. And we need enriched carbon. And a superconductor. Okay. And now we can make a quantum processor. And put that away. The next thing that we need is a cryogenic chamber, which means we need living glass and a cryopump. cryo pump requires hot ice and thermic condensate. Enriched carbon and nitrogen salt.
Product constructed. Product constructed.
And another thermic condensate.
Product constructed.
There it is, right there.
Constructed. Product constructed.
And we need a living glass. So that's for lubricant. And 5 glass.
Product constructed. Product
There's a living glass. And a cryogenic chamber. There we go. And the last thing we need is iridescite. Here's iridescite. For that we need a magna gold,
product constructed.
an auronium, and a grantine. There's grantine.
Constructed.
And there's auronium.
Constructed.
Watch me go right past it. Iridescite. So there's the 3 main parts of a stasis device. And then we can come down here to stasis device. And there's a stasis device right there. And I'll go over that again on another episode when I've got all of this set up and built. I don't want to waste a lot of material doing that. Now once you've got about, a third of the oxygen turned into carbon, you're just going to move the carbon over to with the oxygen, and you'll start making condensed carbon. So oxygen makes carbon, oxygen and carbon make condensed carbon. All right? So much stuff to do. Now, what do you do? This is gonna be. What do you do with all this? All these stasis devices? Well, you have a choice. You can sell them wherever. Completely up to you. Or you can be picky and try to get a good price. Yeah, because I got to put all that stuff away. I, for one, try to get a good price. And I do have a salesman down here. So we'll just go look at this particular settlement's price down here. Not the GTT. This guy down here. If you sell things to the GTT, you can destroy the price in your system. So let's take a look. In this system, we're getting minus 0.6%. That's a terrible price. So there's a couple of other places that you want to look before you are satisfied with that. Oh, I don't have the nav data. I put it away. Here's one. I only need one. I don't even actually know why I called my ship down here. I have a teleporter. Alright. Let's see here. Space stations. We'll just go to our local system and see how that price compares to the NPC on the ground. You definitely want to shop around. And once you find that price, sell it to NPCs. Don't sell it to the GTT. You can try trade posts and minor settlements and ships on the space station. And now we're at plus 1.6. I still think I can do better. Maybe. Let's see. Ocean Beaches does not have a great price. We already checked that one before. I'm gonna pick something random here. I don't recognize the names of any of these places. The point is to show you how prices are vary in different places. All right. Let's try this GTT. And if it's a good price in the GTT, we'll find an NPC to sell to. And plus 1% is not a good price. But let's see what kind of a runway we have here. Way too long. Now I'm doing this randomly, which is not scientific at all. You definitely want to go in order so that you can remember where you've been. You can also fly from station to station looking for stuff, but our stations are separated by things like black holes, and so flying from one to another isn't a great idea. Minus 3.6, it got worse. We also have a base here. This must be our home world. Let's see here. Oh, that is not our home world. I'm gonna go over here and call the freighter. And you remember that was, remember that price. You should be surprised to learn that your freighter, that's probably close enough, like different places in the system, trade posts, minor settlements, the space station, they all have different prices. And when a space station may have a horrible price and you go to your base may have an awesome price. And since your freighter is a base, we'll check our price here. I'm not going to sell just 5 stasis devices, but the point of this is to show you how prices vary. So in our freighter, we are getting plus 0.7%, which is markedly better than what the space station had available. Right. I got a big, huge mess to clean up. Somewhere around here is a light. And not exactly sure where I put everything. There's some of it. All right. I got a big, huge mess to clean up. So that is how that works. It seems like it's really complicated, but once you've done it a few times and you just go step by step through each thing, you'll be able to do it much more rapidly. And don't make one at a time. Make a lot at a time, as much as you can. Right now, just on me, without having put away anything. Oh, that part's not working yet. In a couple of days, you'll just be able to hold down the key. Without doing anything at all, with just the condensed carbon that I have on me, I can make 40 thermic condensate, which I think, if I'm not mistaken, is 20 stasis devices. All right, you guys. Which is more money than we'll ever need. I basically have all the stuff on me to make more money than we'll ever need. And we have our little bit of a farm right here. And I started putting in more trays because I didn't have any liquid glass or living glass stuff. So I needed trays to plant gamma weed and coprite and more frostwort. All right, you guys. I want to thank you all so much for coming along. We will see you tomorrow. Have a great day.